Neutralize target.
I want to fight back.
Let's burn them all to hell.
Everyone knows the big Apple TV hits, Ted Lasso, Severance, and The Morning Show. But Apple TV has a surprisingly deep catalog of excellent shows that barely get talked about. And honestly, unless you actually spend some time scrolling through the app, you probably wouldn't even know some of these shows exist. From crime and psychological thrillers to sci-fi, espionage, and even a drama centered around the world of fine wine, here are 10 hidden gems on Apple TV that just might be worth adding to your watch list. Number 10. Lucky.
Just thinking I'd like to get out of here alive.
Starting us off is Lucky, starring Anya Taylor-Joy as a woman who was raised in a life of crime but managed to leave that world behind. Unfortunately, one multi-million-dollar heist goes horribly wrong, and suddenly, Lucky is on the run from both the FBI and a ruthless crime boss. With nowhere left to turn, she's forced to embrace the criminal instincts she tried so hard to leave in the past. Number 9. Drops of God.
Your father's legacy is the biggest wine collection in the world. Its full value, $148 million. He set up a test to determine who would inherit this. His daughter or his exceptional student.
Now, here's one you might scroll right past if you think a show about wine couldn't possibly be interesting. Drops of God follows Camille, the estranged daughter of a world-famous wine expert who leaves behind an extraordinary wine collection after his death. But there's a catch. To inherit it, Camille has to compete against Issei, her father's brilliant protege, through a series of tests designed to determine who truly deserves his legacy. Number 8. Dope Thief.
We're posing as feds. We're ripping off drug dealers.
You're good? They don't remember your face.
Just a badge.
Dope Thief follows two longtime friends in Philadelphia who have come up with what they think is the perfect hustle. Pretend to be DEA agents, raid small-time drug dealers, and steal their money and drugs. It's been working pretty well, until they choose the wrong target. Their little scam suddenly exposes a massive hidden narcotics operation, and what started as easy money quickly turns into a fight to stay alive. Number 7. For All Mankind.
It's high time we bring Mars back under control.
Time is running out, and they're going to destroy any hope of a tomorrow up here.
What if the United States hadn't been the first country to put a man on the moon? That's the idea behind For All Mankind, an alternate history drama where the Soviet Union beats America to the lunar surface and the space race never really ends. From there, the series imagines decades of technological breakthroughs, political rivalry, and increasingly ambitious missions as humanity pushes farther into space. If you love sci-fi with a little history mixed in, this one is definitely worth a look. Number 6. Servant.
How much did those boys tell you about what happened?
What if she wakes up? What if she remembers?
If you like your shows creepy, strange, and slightly unsettling, Servant might be for you. After suffering an unimaginable tragedy, married couple Dorothy and Sean Turner bring a young nanny named Leanne into their Philadelphia home to help care for their baby. But Leanne's arrival seems to bring something else with her, and before long, strange events begin unfolding inside the house. And with M. Night Shyamalan involved, you already know things aren't quite what they seem. Number 5. Sugar.
John Sugar. I'm a private investigator.
They told me that you do one thing and one thing only. You find the missing.
Colin Farrell stars in Sugar as John Sugar, a private investigator hired to find the missing granddaughter of a legendary Hollywood producer. At first, it sounds like a classic missing person case, but the deeper Sugar digs into the disappearance, the more secrets he uncovers about one of Hollywood's most powerful families. And Sugar himself isn't exactly an open book either. It's stylish, mysterious, and definitely not your typical detective series. If you are enjoying these picks so far, be sure to drop a like on the video and let us know in the comments if you've already watched any of these. Number 4. Hijack.
Stay in your seats! No!
Imagine being trapped on a 7-hour flight to London when the plane is suddenly hijacked. That's the setup for Hijack, starring Idris Elba as Sam Nelson, a skilled corporate negotiator who realizes his ability to read people might be the passenger's best chance of surviving. The story unfolds in real time as Sam tries to outthink the hijackers while authorities on the ground desperately try to figure out what's happening in the air. Number 3. Defending Jacob.
So you've been lying to me.
I did what any parent would have done.
Defending Jacob asks one terrifying question. How far would you go if your own child was accused of murder? Chris Evans plays Andy Barber, an assistant district attorney initially assigned to investigate the murder of a teenage boy. But the case turns his entire life upside down when evidence begins pointing toward his own 14-year-old son, Jacob. Now, Andy and his wife have to defend their child while confronting the possibility that they may not know him as well as they thought. Number 2. Slow horses.
Bringing you up to speed's like trying to explain Norway to a dog.
Forget the polished, glamorous spies you normally see on TV. Slow Horses follows a group of British intelligence agents who've been dumped at Slough House after making career-ending mistakes. They're basically MI5's rejects, stuck doing work nobody else wants under the leadership of the brilliant, rude, and completely unfiltered Jackson Lamb, played by Gary Oldman. But somehow, this dysfunctional group keeps finding itself caught up in very real threats to national security. Before we get to my final pick, there are 3 more Apple TV shows that deserve a quick mention. Number 1. Prime Target. In Prime Target, a brilliant mathematics student is close to discovering a pattern in prime numbers that could potentially unlock every computer in the world. Then, someone starts trying to stop him, pulling him and an NSA agent into a much bigger conspiracy. Number 2. Criminal Record. Criminal Record begins when an anonymous phone call forces 2 London detectives from different generations into a confrontation over an old murder conviction. One determined to uncover the truth, and the other determined to protect his legacy. And number 3. Widow's Bay. Widow's Bay takes place on a remote New England island where the locals insist their town is cursed. The mayor thinks it's all nonsense, until tourists finally start arriving and those ridiculous old supernatural stories begin coming true. Before we get to my final pick, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and share this video with a friend. And trust me, if you're into true crime, this last one might be the show you start watching tonight. Number 1. Blackbird.
We would like you to transfer to another prison and befriend someone to elicit a confession.
Blackbird is inspired by actual events and follows Jimmy Keene, a man sentenced to 10 years in prison who is suddenly offered an extraordinary deal. He can stay where he is and serve his full sentence, or enter a maximum security prison for the criminally insane, befriend suspected serial killer Larry Hall, and try to get him to confess to multiple murders. If Jimmy can find out where the victims are buried before Hall's appeal goes through, he could earn his freedom. But first, he has to convince a suspected killer that he can be trusted. And those are 10 Apple TV shows that deserve a lot more attention than they get. If you've already watched any of these, let us know which ones are actually worth the binge. And if there's an underrated Apple TV show that you think should have made this list, drop it in the comments, because there are definitely enough hidden gems on this platform for a part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one.